which is
Love
good.
it. Good stuff, man.
I love it.
This is a good segment. Good stuff. All right, let's get into our other. Well, that was our topic. Let's get into our other segments.
Yes,
First
yes,
up, Suno. Suno taking some L's out here in these streets. And actually, I
yes.
think I got a IG reel of our guy Demiza talking about it.
Perfect. I see. Yeah, I
Yeah,
see you
yeah,
put that
yeah.
in there, which is perfect.
Let
I
me
put
play
more
this real
so
quick.
articles in there, but the Instagrams is perfect.
Yeah, I'm a lazy person, so I don't like reading.
I'm
So
reading. It's all good.
I'm lazy sometimes with it.
Hey, I feels that, bro.
All right, let's run this real quick.
Oh, this is a big one. A German court has ruled that AI. Oh, this is a big one. A German court has ruled that AI music company Suno violated copyright law, marking one of the most significant legal decisions yet in the fight over AI training and music rights. The court found that Suno did not have permission to use songs represented by Germany's collecting society, Gemma, to train its
Mm,
AI. As part of the ruling, Suno
interesting.
must disclose the revenue it earned from the infringement, and the financial damages will be determined later. Suno says it disagrees with the decision and is considering an appeal. Look, this case isn't just about Germany. It's a part of a global battle over whether AI companies can train on copyrighted music without licensing it first. More than
Hmm.
1,800 artists are already backing legal action against Suno and Udio, and courts around the world are now beginning to weigh in. Look, this could become one of those landmark cases the entire music industry looks back on in the future. If courts continue ruling that copyrighted music can't be used to train AI without permission, and I hope they do, it could reshape licensing,
Yeah.
royalties, and the economics of AI music for years to come. Look, this fight is far from over, but today creators scored an important legal win. Story developing. Oh,
He's got a point. This is good.
this
Look at
fight
me.
is far from over, but
Look at me.
today
You
creators scored an
Sunoers. Your
important
time is ticking.
legal win.
Your
Story
time is
developing.
almost up.
Oh,
All
this is
right.
I'm on your bumper. I'm on your bumper.
Export all them songs right now because look, your time is limited. Okay? I'm gonna come back.
All right, reel it in. You
Yeah.
gonna reel it in?
Yeah,
Nah,
I'm
yeah,
really done.
man. I just thought like this is again. I'm not very versed in the legal system and how some of these lawsuits go, but
Yeah.
for them to rule in favor of the collection society, Gemma, I think it's a big step, and I think the right direction because of again the reality of just how all of this
It's-
came to be is just like,
yeah.
and he mentioned something too, which I don't think I've heard many people bring this up as far as using the specific language around licensing the music to train on. You know what I mean?
Which is
I think people just talk about which again, my ears always perk up when I hear licensing because obviously it's our industry, but licensing I think is such a powerful tool in the artist's hands, and just as a business strategy. Period. You know what I mean? It's like if
yeah.
you're able to rent out your IP versus having to transfer ownership of it is powerful in general. But
Yeah.
I can see that as a crazy new. It's almost like how we have mechanical licenses, for the reproduction of physical DVDs or like physical CDs and all that kind of stuff. It's like,
Yeah.
would there be now some type of royalty that is, for the training of AI purposes that, these
It's
companies
coming.
must kick back, you know what I mean? Which would be, again, I think a step in the right direction. But there's it's such a public uproar with, AI in general, not even just in music, but
Yeah.
yeah. But what's your thoughts on this?
I think this definitely I agree. This is a step in the right direction. I think artists we are on the precipice of
It's a good word right there.
that's the word for the week. Okay. um we are about to see where we're gonna see more of this happen. And as these companies are getting put on to what Suno is actually doing, I genuinely do think we're gonna see, mark my words, the regulation of AI music. And if AI music globally gets regulated, I think we're going to see a wall of AI generation happen to where only there's going to be a gate. There's going to be a gate now. Not everyone is going to be able to do it. Not everyone's going to be allowed to do it. And then we're going to see some regulation. That will be the scary side of it. But that always ends up happening when you see the abuse, which is what Suno has done.
Yeah.
So let's
Yeah.
blame them.
And it's interesting too, because like, you know, the folk who are actually paying out royalties for like to the PROs and all that kind of stuff are like, you know, distributors like radio, you know what I mean? Like media, whatever, you know, doing some type of broadcast, public media, performance related. Like they have to go to the PROs and put up bread, you know what I mean, to actually use the works that are, you know, that these PROs represent for the artists and everything. And you said something interesting as far as like there'll probably be only a certain amount of people who can actually do this cleanly, and it would be like a Suno, you know, type folk who want to have a product where it's leveraging other people's IPs, but they'd have to license it to train on it. And I think because of how they went about this with doing it without everyone's permission, and because we have the internet, you know what I mean, and people just make an uproar about it, it put them in a insecure place where maybe they would have been able to get better rates, you know what I mean, for licensing, stuff like that. But maybe now they might make them want to, you know, like artists, at least artists would probably want to make them feel it in their pockets. They'd be like, well, we ain't going to let y'all license our stuff for cheap now. You know, maybe early on if y'all had got our permission, but now we ain't finna yada yada. But these labels actually might cut different deals, because if the labels are really representing this IP and they're like, well, there's another revenue stream and we play ball, and with this new tech, it could potentially bring in some more revenue, because that's essentially what happened with Spotify. I think Spotify was able to survive the way that it did and become as much of a household kind of name as it is now is because, you know, it was solving a problem in a roundabout way due to the Napster era and all of this, you know, pirated music that I was a part of. You know, the problem
we all were.
back in the day.
I
was a part of that problem, but I didn't realize the ramifications of it. But now when you look at it, it's like they were providing a solution towards the labels who were bleeding, and the labels gave permission, you know what I mean, for it. But this is why I think this legal win is so powerful, because, you know, they were able to, in court, you know, win a lawsuit and get a ruling in their favor. So now that gives a bit more weight and accountability to them, where like there was nobody to really do that with early on, before, like with Napsters and all this other kind of stuff. Like they just all phased out, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But now it's just like we got somebody to point at. Before we didn't have anybody to point at because they're just, you know what I mean? Or they did, but it's just, I just feel like it's a little different. So
yeah. I pray that this is the beginning of the end.
The beginning of the end. You just
for
do not want
for a lot of you.
You know, I love the menacing look.
Come on, bro.
Camera, bro.
Come on, dog. Let's go.